Hello, I'm Kate, and welcome to Perfect Party in a Box. I'm so glad you're here. Let's dive right into today's topic: how to work on your marriage while separated. Tips for saving your marriage. What do you do when you've been separated for a significant amount of time and your spouse refuses to talk about the issues and is only willing to participate in the fun things of life with no pressure or responsibility? What if your spouse is unwilling to discuss anything emotional and the two of you just cannot move forward? I know you're feeling stuck and afraid to do anything to push your spouse further away. You want to work on your marriage and you still love your spouse. You probably clicked on this video hoping for some magic thing, that I will know some magic words that you don't. The truth is, there is no magic to make your spouse willing to talk to you. Right now, your spouse is in the valley. The valley is a place where they don't need to do anything. They get all the fun stuff. They get to pick and choose, and they don't need to do anything. You ask your spouse to please discuss these emotional issues with you, and they refuse, or put you off indefinitely because people in the valley don't have any pressure on them to do anything else. You can continue to let your spouse live in the valley for as long as you want. They have already lived there for quite a while, and you may get to the point where you say, I don't want to live like this anymore. If you're not quite there yet, there may be an advantage to letting your spouse continue to live in the valley for a while longer. This is because your spouse is still talking to you, and that presents some potential opportunities for your spouse to start opening up and for the two of you to start falling in love again. If your spouse isn't living with someone else and is still having the fun times with the family, letting this go on a while longer can be an advantage, if there is any progress at all, or your spouse starts opening up to any degree. I doubt that your relationship will move forward at a pace you will like taking this approach. So if you don't want to keep waiting that long, then you can actually decide to move your spouse out of the valley. You can end this time. If you're not willing to divorce, you can end the relationship, or if you're not willing to divorce, you can introduce boundaries and criteria to your relationship. Boundaries just say that some things cannot occur in the relationship, and if they do, here are the consequences. If you make a boundary, make it a tiered response. For example, you can say, if you come home drunk on Friday night, you are out of the house for a week, and then we can get back together. If you come home on drunk on a Friday night a second time, you're out of the house for 3 weeks. If you come home drunk on a Friday night a third time, you're out. This is done. You are not coming back. Criteria, on the other hand, tell your spouse what they can do in a relationship and the positive consequence if they follow through. For example, you can say, we've been separated for a year and don't want to talk about any of the difficult issues, so you can go to this marriage workshop with me, and you must agree to do so by the end of the month. If you do, you can have more time with the kids, or I'll ask for less financial support, etc. If you don't go, I'm going to see an attorney. I'll give you 1 month. If you don't go after the second month, if you don't agree after the second month, the attorney will file. And if you don't agree to go by the third month, we are actually going to finalize the divorce. I'm doing whatever I can to take care of myself and the children financially. It's not to hurt you. I don't think you'll be happy about it, but this is what I need to do for myself and for the kids. You can also set the criteria smaller, something like in the next 30 days, the two of us are going to sit down without the kids and we're going to talk. These are the topics I want to discuss. If you refuse this, there will be a tiered negative consequence. You are already talking, so if you put in boundaries or criteria, there is a possibility that you may stop talking, but hopefully you are jolting your spouse into some kind of action. If your spouse doesn't take action, you need to do what you're going to say you're going to, and that's a risk. I don't know if your spouse will do what you request. You will know better yourself in your own situation. But either way, something will shift and your spouse will get out of the valley. So the question is, should I let my spouse live in the valley a while longer and wait and move slowly to change things around? Or should I go all in for a better relationship? Either way, at a certain point, you are likely to decide that you can't live like this and something needs to change. So if there is something your spouse needs to do or stop doing, if there's something your spouse needs to stop doing, set up a boundary. If there's something your spouse needs to do, set a criteria. I wish I had magic words for you, but hopefully something in this video will help. Thanks for stopping by today. If you enjoyed today's video and tips, please click the like button below. To make sure you never miss a video, click on the subscribe button. See you in the next video.